Hey y'all, and welcome to the channel, and welcome to Germany. So you're wondering, yep, what is this American guy doing in Germany? So me and my wife came here to Germany for work. We knew we were going to be here a couple of years, so rent was expensive, and yeah, we decided to buy a farm. We have a good couple of acres here and a whole lot of barns. And so we've been making our life here in Germany, as well as working. Of course, as you might guess, we work for the Americans here. And in our off time, we're redoing this farm. So yeah, buckle up, enjoy the adventure. All right, y'all, what kind of YouTuber would I be if I didn't say, please click that like and subscribe. It's absolutely free. Gets us closer to our goals. So, I don't know if you can notice, but if you look around, trees are changing, right? If you look way off on the hills, we got those autumn colors, and it's nearing late November, and winter's pretty much almost here. So we've been busy this week. We've been all over the place, and I mean all over the place. So if you've been following along, you know we have the renovation going on in the main house. And while we're doing that, we still have to do our daily work of working our jobs, one. And number two, stuff like firewood and yeah, all that fun stuff. We are done doing hay for the year. We did 3 solid cuts. Everything came out good. The first cut was rough because it was my first cut. But anyway, so what have we been up to? Well, if you look behind me, you can see there's these black tarps. Whole bunch of scrap wood and everything that's gotta end up on that fire pit. And if you've seen the previous videos, all along there was my firewood. So the firewood's been brought inside. It's been cut up, stacked up. I do have 5 more to go. So I'm gonna go over here and check on it really quick because we covered them up because we were expecting rain. And believe it or not, snow on Wednesday. So yeah, it's staying pretty dry. It's got a little bit of water on it, but it should be good for now. We just gotta get it through another week or two. And you can see Penny Dog, she's bouncing around the field here with me. Denver Dog's inside. The cold wet, he's an old boy. Come on, lady. He doesn't do well in the cold. Old bones. Plus he's really, really, really old. We worry about him every day, but anyway, so like I was saying, we did a lot of work. We got the rest of the firewood cut and stacked up on the top. We also have about as much as I have here in these 2 piles. I mean, they're not that tremendous. We have about as much up top, and we covered that with a big green tarp. I'm gonna split that up first and then split this second. That's coming up as weather permits. Of course, today we got this mixy, mist, rainy stuff. So yeah, let's get right on into it, and we'll get this party started. All right, y'all, so we did a little shopping after we got the plumbing finished, as you saw in the previous video. And we had to buy all kinds of weird things. So some of them were like the little corner, angles that have the actual rubber for like the sink drain to plug into. Just little things. And we're working on getting the kitchen back online. So What that entails is, because we redid all the drainage, the drain changed heights and everything, so I had to go get a drain kit. So the kit has, you know, all the P-bend and all the stuff. And like I said, I had to buy one of those because it has to go in the little corner thing. But also, we bought new valves. So the idea is, for this part of the video, is to get the kitchen sink, which has had this tape cross on it, because we haven't been using this kitchen, get it up and running. And then we're going to organize the whole kitchen, bring all the appliances back in from the other room. I say all, like coffee pot, stuff like that, not a lot of stuff. But we'll bring it all in from the other room and actually set the kitchen back up so that we can operate out of the kitchen and not out of the party room. Yeah, so it's been a year since we were operating out of this kitchen. I mean, don't get me wrong, we've had use of the kitchen to a limited extent, but the dishwasher didn't work, the sink didn't work. So we've actually been doing like all of our business out of that other room. But that's all going to change. We're going to get this kitchen back online so that we could start working out of the kitchen. Now, part of this renovation is going to be replace all the cabinets and everything like that. But we can't do that until after this room is done. We bit off more than we can chew when we started the renovation, only in the fact that everything wasn't locked down. We didn't have the exit strategy done. We had to wait on the plumber because he had other jobs to do, and we didn't get our place in line with the plumber until after we started. So it made the project get a little bit longer, and now we're at the point where it's all, you know, it's the Rock and K show. It's us. We don't have to worry about waiting on anybody else. Hence, plumbing just got done, and I've been shopping. Another thing I did was I had to get this special cap right here for the drain for the clothes washer, because it was just hanging in this drain. And I'll tell you what, a sewer breathes in the morning when everybody's taking a shower. And I don't mean inside this house, I mean up and down this street. Everybody going to work and everything, there's a dozen houses or so on this street. They're all breathing. It's making the sewer breathe. And man, I'll tell you what, you would come from the shower in the morning and walk into this room and you could smell the sewer gas. So that little cap is going to stop that. And right now I have the drain is open in here. So I'll show you underneath the sink really quick. I got to do all this cleaning and everything underneath the sink, but the drain is open right now. It's only been for right now because I was making sure the parts are right and everything for the sink drain, and they are. I did a good job when I was over at the building store and made sure the valves should be right and all that, so we're good there. So the only thing that's left is to put a clamp on this line right here so that it's not wiggling around. So I got to put a clamp here to hold that, and then I got to mount the two water lines just on the wall for temporary. We left them like this so that if we end up wanting to move the sink to the right or the left, we can do that. We can move the sink to the right or the left probably about 15 inches, 15, 20 inches, right or left. So Mama hasn't decided where exactly she wants to set everything up, but she knows the sink's going to have to be about 20 inches to the right or left of where we put this plumbing, because we can move it kind of that distance to get her where she wants. So there's that. But ain't nothing to do but to do it. So I got to get you all set up and put you on a tripod. I got holes to drill. I got all this stuff to do. So, yep, hang on. Okay, so the view might not be that good, but we got to get this done, right? So I'm going to set you up and have at it. All right, y'all, so good times, good times. I learned a lesson today. Yeah, so I had to use this wrench to pull the building stops out of the pipes. And I thought I drained most of the pressure off. Well, I'm here to tell you, not so much. It actually sprayed across the room and nearly hit the other wall. Good thing it was in here. I did it in here, and as you can see, I pulled them out of those right there, and it shot the water all the way across. I stopped most of the water with my legs, but hey, it's okay. It's not like I'm on a job site. I'm at home. So, yeah, lesson learned. Next time, I'll make sure it's thoroughly drained. The good thing is the hot water side was easy to drain, but because there's no cold water spot on any of the cold water lines, I was thinking it wasn't going to be that bad and I could just open it up. Yeah, I was mistaken. So, let's pull the bow stops or the building stops out of this side. Okay, so here in Germany, the valve with the tap for the dishwasher goes on the cold side. I know. The dishwasher automatically warms the water, and I guess it stores its first batch of water inside the machine anyway, so that it doesn't matter. Like if you plumb it to warm water, you're just kind of wasting it. So this goes on the cold. All right, so that's the hot and the cold, and I think there's no leaks. I made a lot of water down here, so I'm just clean it up, just keep an eye on it. I'm pretty sure everything's solid, but now I got to get the drain clamped and then build all this pipe for the drain. So let's do it. All right, y'all, don't you just love it when you do a job and you end up with extra parts? But anyway, well, so because we didn't do a complete drain, we have extra parts. So, like, we didn't do the entire drain. We did it from the sink, well, of course it goes from the sink to the wall. We went from the little downspout to the wall, so that we really didn't need the other pieces, which is good, because that means I had 2 chances to get this one right. If I didn't get it right, I had an extra. So, good deal. We do have the little dress rings that go around the little faucets in the wall. We're gonna save those for later when these actually come through the back of a cabinet, because right now they just poke out of the wall. So in the end, all that stuff that I mounted to the wall will just be right at the back end of that board on the back of the cabinet. So that's all you'll see is the little valve sticking out and the little stub for the drain. But that's job 1 done. We are ops checking the dishwasher. It's been a year since it's run, and I'm hoping that there's nothing wrong with it. So we're giving it a run with just detergent in it to rinse it out, rinse the dust off kind of thing. But kitchen's back in action, y'all. So let's go find something else to do. All right, y'all. So earlier in the video, you saw where I got the sink all hooked up. And don't mind the mess, we just finished having breakfast. So there's a little bit of a mess on the counter. But we got the sink up and running. We got the dishwasher running. We got that all hooked up. And the one thing, I don't know if you guys noticed it in the video, but there's no shelf in this bottom cabinet here. And there's Denver Dog. So the last project I think for this video is going to be getting a shelf in this bottom cabinet. We are going to replace all the cabinets. It's just, we have a lot going on, and, well, I mean, I don't think we bit off more than we can chew. When we started the renovation a year ago, it did get dicey, and, you know, some of it was starting to feel like, you know, we weren't going to win, that we were going to, you know, end up having to call in the contractors and stuff like that, only because we hit a couple of bumps along the way, and y'all all know about that. You've seen the previous videos, but we are moving along. So, you know, we shot foam and more of this, but let me get this measured up. We'll cut a shelf for the bottom there. I am going to try to use something to reclaim to do that. So we'll have to go out and I'll have to go out and see what I can find. And then, yeah, we'll make a shelf for the cabinets. All right, y'all. So last you saw this, I was installing the drain and the water faucets there. And like I said, there's no bottom shelf. These cabinets are probably from, if I had to guess, from the 80s or so, maybe even earlier. And yeah, so with that said, these cabinets have seen better days. What's up, buddy? There's Moose. He's making his little cameo. Right, buddy? Oh, there he goes. Going after the puppy dog. They have the love-hate relationship. They love each other, honestly. So anyway, let me measure it up, like I was saying, and we'll find something to cut and put in here. All right, y'all. So I'm stuck with the big tripod because if you were watching when I was in the basement cutting holes, I broke the little tripod, and I still haven't ordered one. Whoops. But anyway, all right, so let's get this measured up. All right. right, about 48 and about 47 and a half. And I think the issue is that all, like, it's old cabinets. So, yeah, about 48 and, all right, we're close enough to 48. We'll do that. And then I think for around the pipes, we'll just cut a section out, a square section, and we'll just tuck this all back and let them lay underneath, but tuck them back like that. I think that'll work. So that is, let's see, 8 by 24. And how deep was it again? I think it was 48. Yep, 48. And let's see, what do we got width-wise? Oh yeah, by the way, all this is in the metric system. So I know I'm an American using metric, but metric works. It's what we got here. And we'll call that right about 55. So now we got to go find some wood and it meets that size. So let's go to the wood barn. All right, y'all, so I'm actually going into the cow barn. The wood barn's actually attached to that. But this barn used to hold cows, a whole lot of them. And right now, it's holding construction materials, saws, and just stuff that we've emptied from the house, stuff that was in here. We've gone through one dumpster already. When we started the renovation, and yeah, so, but back here we have all this is pretty much new materials that we have, but I have the cutoffs all here along the wall because here's my saws, and I think this is going to be what we're going to use. This is a piece that we cut out of the countertop to make the counters in the party room. And when I cut the sink out, I kept it. And look at that. It is 50 by 85. Yeah, that was a big sink. So we found the piece of material we're going to use. Now it's just a matter of getting it cut and then figuring out how high I need to make the little edges cut, because I'm going to kind of make it like a shelf because there's nothing really to anchor it to. So I'm going to make two sides to it, one on either side, to kind of hold the shelf up. And man, I don't think we're going to have to worry about this sagging or anything because that's thick. It's countertop. Plus, we won't have to worry about, you know, it falling apart. It's only going to be in there, and hopefully only in there until the spring, summertime, when we redo all of the kitchen. Because the idea is finish the entry room, the mud room, and the bathroom, and we're going to jump right in on the kitchen right after that. So, all right. Now I have to get this marked up and get it cut up. And I think pretty much all of it is going to be on the table saw right there. This way we'll get some nice straight edges. We'll get some nice clean cuts. All right, so let me set up. All right, y'all. So I wound the blade down on my table saw. Let's get this chunk up here. Man, she's heavy. All right, so let me move some of these cutoffs out of the way because we do not want to have an accident because we tripped over stuff, right? Believe it or not, I haven't used this room since we cut the wood for the greenhouse. Yeah, that's that long ago. So let me adjust you up just a smidge. There we go, that's a little better. All right, so we have 48 by 55. So I think what I want to do first is get this thing a little lighter. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut it to 56 because the corners are a little rounded. And I want to make it nice and square. So the first thing we'll do is cut it to 56. Now, I'm not really worried about tear out on this because honestly, it's a shelf. It's in the bottom of the cabinet. I'm not going to see it. It's going to be covered up. I mean, we'll try to minimize it, but there we go. There's that one. And this square is probably older than I am, but it's square. All right, so that'll get it lightened up. Now we just need some power, and I know that power is over that way. So give me a second. Again, from back when I did the greenhouse, the power cord was all the way over to where I have my new bandsaw, because I had to buy a bandsaw to make that happen. And we're upsetting the natural order of things, but that's all right. We'll clean it up here in a minute. All right, so let's get this first cut out of the way. Get this board a lot lighter. So we got to move this blade up. And that'll do. And we'll get this first cut out the way. All right. First cut done. Not too shabby. And it didn't chip it out at all. So, yeah, that blade's still kind of sharp. All right. So, that gives us one nice clean edge. And these edges are a little, yeah. So I did cut this with a jigsaw. And yeah, so. All right, what we're gonna do is we're gonna rip a little bit off of it first so that, again, we have a good edge. And let me bring that in a little. I do love this table saw. My only problem with it is it's a job site saw, so it's not as big. But man, it does work nice. So we're only going to shave about 1 centimeter off just to get it squared up. Get this top locked. All right, so and away we go. All right, now let's look at our measurements. So from left to right, we are 48 centimeters, that is. So we'll get her set at 48. Or no, that's our depth, yeah. So our depth is 48. Yeah. All right, we're at 48. Now I'll turn this board around, since we got that nice edge now, and we'll take this rough edge off. All right. All right, so the depth is done. We're good on the depth. Now, that's our nice clean edge. So we want to cut off that edge, and we need to be at 55. So let's set the blade at 55. Right, yeah, 55. All right, now we're set at 55. This will get it to size. Man, that's going to be a beefy shelf. All right, so now we need a relief in the back for all those pipes, right? All right. And that was 24 centimeters. By 8. Right? Was it 8? That's crazy. I can't read my own handwriting. Yep, 8. So, come out here to 8. And we'll make another one over here for 8. All right, now we'll use the table saw to notch it out. And the good thing about the way it's set up right now is I just need to get it to the lines. It doesn't matter if it's overcut in the back, it won't show. So we'll set it up. I know I'm doing a lot of talking, y'all, but just telling you what I'm doing. All right. Now, what we'll do, and we set up for the other one. Alrighty. All right, so if my measurements are right, we are in there. And like I was saying, because of the table saw, the longer cut, the blade's longer on the bottom, it's back here. So you can see where it's here, but the side that we're using, it's all nice and perfect, nice perfect corner. Sometimes I know what I'm doing, kinda. All right, now we need to hold this shelf up somehow. So, because the underneath of that cabinet is a little deeper than the thickness of this shelf. So what we're gonna do is, we'll measure this, and we are at 4 centimeters. So we have to measure the inside so that we can get this pretty close to level with the edge of the cabinet. So you may notice Mom is not here today. She is in Verdun. That's the lovely thing about living in Europe. Everything is just a small drive away. So yeah, she went off to Verdun with her friend. The two girls are at an estuary in Verdun. It's, yeah, it's cool for them. But for me, I got work to do. All right, so we started out with 4. Let's see where we need to be. So, we need to be at 13, so about 9. That wood is 4. So we need 9 centimeters. 9 centimeters with the wood. That's probably working out perfect because when I made that swing set, that stuff was 9 centimeter wood. So I might only have to cut it to length, and we're in there. So yeah, let's get over to the barn and look. All right, so it looks like this whole shelf is just gonna be over-engineered. And I didn't even cut this, and it's like near the right length. Like it's close enough. And then, so we got, yeah, that one's a little long. But I'm thinking I might be better off with narrow, because those are the cutoffs from making the garden swing. And I thought I had more. I'm positive I have more. All right, now we gotta hunt for it. because that's like perfect wood. It's 9 centimeters. Where did it all go? I don't know what I did with it. Okay, so maybe we'll make one side big, and I'm thinking I need to make the right side thin because there's the hoses that are there, and I think that it's gonna cause a problem. All right, let's cut some of this up. Well, you can see Moose wanted to help out. So what we'll have to do is we'll have to get this pre-drilled. And then after we get it pre-drilled, I will put some screws in it. I'm going to pre-drilling countersink so that the screws are flush. So let's do this. So Moose had to supervise a little bit. He's trying to figure out, what are you doing? Right, buddy? He's sitting just off camera right here. Oh, he's messing with the camera. Don't knock the poor folks over, Moose. All right, let's get some screws in. And yes, that one I did go a little overzealous with the countersink. So she's countersunk quite a bit. One more. As I said, you can see Moose is coming in a frame. He's making sure I'm doing all of this right. All right. Now that is that. So like I was saying, we just basically made it an H so that it sits up off the floor and level. The one thing I do want to do though is I felt that screw was up a little bit, so there's that one. The edges of a countertop get sharp. Just want to make sure. And that there's no real sharp edge to hurt anybody like that. All right, y'all, how's that for irony? I was talking about getting somebody getting hurt on the edges of the Formica, and I end up with a splinter from a flap disc. But anyway, it was a tiny one. I picked out like the worst tweezers to like pull the splinter out. So I had to go like and find another pair. But I think it's ready. I think we win. Look at that. So even with the front, good solid base. I think that's going to work. So that was a win. Now there's a shelf in that cabinet, and we can get the small bit of cleaning supplies moved down in there, because they've been living right here. And, you know, that doesn't work. Not for me, but anyway. But that cabinet's done. It has a real solid base now. Real solid. You saw that thickness of that wood. And then, of course, those uprights. Monstrous. But, like I said, we got a bit done. Got some insulation done. Got the installation of that under sink. And got some brackets on here. And it's been a good week. Nickel dime. We'll get there in time, right? It's always steps forward, right? As long as we're going forward. And we still got this overcast-ish weather. But I'm going to put this one in the can for y'all and get it out to you. And in sticking with my motto, if you're thinking about family, you're thinking about friends, give them that what's up or that WhatsApp. This is very important this time of the year. It'd probably mean a lot to them. And if you haven't clicked that like or the subscribe, what kind of YouTuber would I be if I didn't say click that like, click that subscribe? It's absolutely free. I love each and every one of y'all. And until the next adventure, auf Wiedersehen.